After many nerfs and adjustments, Joy is finally not being banned that often anymore, and I can finally pick her. But the question is she still OP, or at least decent after receiving quite a nerf from the recent updates? Let's find out. They picked Fabius, which on paper is a pretty good counter against Joy and Benedetta. Also, if I get too close to Fredring, he can CC the hell out of me. This match is gonna be quite tricky, because we are lacking CC skills that are target locked, so a decent Fanny should have a great time against our comp. I'm gonna start with the red first, because Fanny players usually like to invade the opponent's red buff right after taking her blue buff. There's Fanny. Honestly, there's still a chance they can invade my blue next. If the Roamer and Mage are a bit more aggressive, it will be quite hard for me to try to contest it. Unfortunately, I'm not level 4 yet, because I was forced to use a less efficient rotation to avoid getting ganked or getting my buff stolen. Gotta play a bit passive here, especially when none of us got our ult yet. But it seems like they're getting carried away here. We could try to punish them for this. It was a risky move, but I thought if I could get away with it and get the first blood as well, that will be a huge boost to my farm. They are probably doing the turtle, and I definitely cannot contest it in this condition, so instead I will go to steal Fanny's blue buff. Honestly, I think Fanny without her buff is a bigger blow to them, so we should be okay with giving them the turtle here. By the way, before playing Joy, I didn't know if you want to deal more damage with your second and ultimate, you want to use the dash on the last beat. I read about it when she came out, but I totally forgot about this part since she was being banned in every single match when she just came out, and only until recently that she's not as banned as often. It might take a bit of patience and practice to use it right on beat. Joy is great at hunting heroes that are not that mobile, especially in the early to mid game. But from what I have seen, she starts falling off a bit in the super late game, because the opponent's main DPS can burst her down before she has a chance to fully cast all her dashes on beat, and by the time she can ult, she's already super low. Meanwhile, their Hanabi is single-handedly destroying our Bruno. The Hanabi get a huge buff that I was not aware of. Hanabi is quite fed, We gotta gang her soon or she's gonna get out of control.
I'm the bearer of the blessing.
They are taking the turtle, but since Joe has so many dashes, I can't afford to take the risk of trying to steal it. Stealing the neutral objectives is one of the most satisfying things to do in the game. I have noticed that sometimes I get too impatient with the dash. I should wait until I am sure that the dash will connect and not just blindly guess. I could have tried to go for foul just there, but I probably would have lost a lot of HP, and there's still Fanny, which she could easily fly across the map to finish me off. We just need to keep with the aggression and extend our lead. We don't want this to go to the very late game, because it's just gonna get hard to dive them, especially when their Hanabi has a full build. Without Vengeance, it's gonna be even harder to tank her hits. We failed that gank, but I could still continue with the pressure. Their marksman is probably already gone. It's more important to deny Fanny's blue.
Not a cake, but just as good. Joy is no longer a strength.
I messed up. But even then, I'm still looking at the map and I notice that the reinforcement is coming from the mid lane. I will try to set an ambush and cut the reinforcement. Patience is key. I know it's easier said than done, but try your best to always be one step ahead of your opponents. I don't have ult, and I'm quite low as well. We should just take the buff and immediately get the hell out. They are starting to hurt quite a lot, so I don't have the luxury to wait until the last beat to dash.
Love makes a family. I will always remember that.
Initiate retreat!
I think that Joy is super OP against certain compositions, but in a better drafted team, she should have a much harder time to be this aggressive. It seems like now they're all sticking together and protecting their backline, which is pretty effective against heroes like Joy.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Wanna dance?
This doesn't look too good, we should make a tactical retreat. But it seems like their fighter and tank are getting a bit too reckless and are now quite out of position. We should take advantage of this. Fanny wants to use Retribution, so let's hide the buff. I'm not really sure, but I think that after the latest adjustment of only having to dash 4 times instead of 5, make her a huge threat again. It seems to me like she's borderline OP, but not absolutely insane to the point of being perma-banned. I still think she can be countered quite effectively by a standard well-drafted team.
Victory!
Anyway, that's all for this video and thanks for watching. See ya.